You probably think the hottest place you've ever been is a beach in mid-July or maybe a desert where the air feels like a literal blow dryer. But honestly, even the most brutal summer day on the surface is nothing. And I mean absolutely nothing compared to what's happening right beneath your feet. Most of us go about our lives thinking the Earth is this solid, cool rock. But the truth is, we're basically living on a thin, fragile crust floating over a massive, roaring furnace. And today, we're going to take a trip down into that heat to show you exactly why the Earth is way hotter than you think. So, let's start small. If you were to go just a couple of meters down, about the depth of a standard grave in Western culture, the temperature is actually pretty stable and cool. But as you keep going, things start to change fast. By the time you reach the bottom of the deepest mine on the planet, which is about 4,000 meters down in South Africa, you're already in a different world. Down there, the rock itself is a sweltering 66 degrees Celsius. That's so hot that without massive high-tech cooling systems, humans simply couldn't survive the shift. It's a place where the Earth is literally trying to cook you from the outside in. But that's just the very top of the skin. To really understand how intense this gets, we have to look at the Soviet Union's attempt to drill through the crust back in the day, known as the Kola Superdeep Borehole. They wanted to see how far they could go, but they hit a literal wall of heat at about 12 kilometers down. The temperature reached 180 degrees Celsius, which is way hotter than they expected. It was so intense that the drill bits started acting like plastic instead of metal, and they had to just stop. And crazy enough, that massive hole is still only about 1/3 of the way through the Earth's crust. Now, if we could somehow survive the trip past the crust, we'd hit the mantle. To give you some perspective, while we think of 100 degrees as the boiling point of water, the temperatures as you go deeper start to rival the most impossible planets in our galaxy. We're talking thousands of degrees, hot enough to turn solid rock into a thick, gooey liquid that flows like slow-motion honey. But the real final boss is the Earth's core. We are talking about a place 6,731 kilometers down. The temperature at the very center is estimated to be around 6,000 degrees Celsius. To put that in human terms, that is roughly the same temperature as the surface of the sun. You are sitting right now, watching this video, just a few thousand kilometers away from a ball of fire as hot as a star. It's kinda wild when you think about it, right? We spend so much time looking up at the stars and worrying about the hellish temperatures of other planets, but we're actually riding on top of a planet that is doing its best impression of a sun right under our boots. We live on this tiny, cool mote of dust, as Carl Sagan called it. But inside, the Earth is alive and burning with a heat we can barely even imagine. If this trip into the deep, dark, and incredibly hot parts of our world blew your mind, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you want to see more deep dives into the impossible scales of our universe, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell turned on. So, what's the most surprising thing you learned today? Was it the sun-hot core or the plastic drill bits at the Kola hole? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you in the next one.